We'll practice some more with rounding numbers off to hundreds, and we'll do it the same as we did with tens. And the exercise is going to be very similar. So these are the numbers we round them off to. Let's look at the rule here, the pattern. Round off to hundreds, then we'll need hundreds as 2 zeros in 100. So that means whatever number we're taking to round off, they'll end up with 2 zeros at the end. So those numbers will end up with 2 zeros, and the number, you'll decide whether this one will be more than 8, will it be 9, or will it be 8? Now notice this becomes 2 zeros, 76, which means it's going to be almost 100, because if it's more than 50, which means if 7 is more than 5, then all we need to do is increase this number by 100. Got it? So these two become zeros, and this becomes a 9. Add 100, and you get 58,900. So let's look at it again. 58,876 is rounding off to 58,900 because 876 will roll downwards towards 900. You know that. That's the idea. Let's try another one. Let's look at this one. 6,276. We're looking at 276. Remember, rounding off to the nearest hundreds means the buck stops at hundreds. You don't worry about thousands and 10,000s and all that. So it's this number you want to write in terms of just hundreds. So you ask yourself, how many hundreds are there? There are definitely 200s, and 76 is close to 100 because it's more than 50. So add another 100 and it becomes 300. That's the idea. So the last two numbers will be 0, and this number will be increased by 1, and you get 300. If this is 250, notice this number is 5. It's still not less than 5, which means the rule is we add one more to it, and it makes it 300. So 250 becomes 300. The last two numbers are zeroed with 2 zeros, and this is increased by 100. And if the number here is 49, notice 49 is less than 50. So if it's less than 50, 249 won't fall on the peak 250. 250 will roll towards the larger number 300. But 249 is before 250, so it'll roll towards 200. That means the number of hundreds remain the same. And this gets zeroed. So 49 becomes 2 zeros. And since it's less than 5, we keep 2 as it is, unchanged. And so the answer is 200. You got the idea? You got the pattern? You see 3 types where this number, if this number is more than 5, you increase this to 3. If this number is equal to 5, you increase this to 3. But if this number is less than 5, you don't increase to anything, you keep it unchanged. So now we can see what we did here. 6,276, well, that becomes 6,300, and so on. So you can see how many hundreds are here? 2 hundreds, and 76 is another 100, roughly. So that's 300. So that's what we write here. How many hundreds here? Well, 50 is treated as almost 100. Add another 100 here, it becomes 300. So there's another 100 added here. How many hundreds here? We got 2 hundreds. 49 is not treated as another 100 because it's less than 50. So we'll leave it at 200. And that's the answer. And remember, when you were matching it, that's how you were thinking. 250, you know, it's right at the peak. It'll roll towards 300. 249 will roll backwards down the slope towards 200. So that's where it falls, towards 200. You got the idea. Now try these. 183 becomes, where does it roll? 200, that's right. That's a simple rule too. You can follow that. So that's 200. What about this one? Very good. It remains 500 because 528, 28 is not considered close to 100. And so we zero out the last two digits. What about 5,911? When 911 is treated as 900. Very good. So it's 5,900 for the same reason. 8,449. So 449 is treated as, remember, 449. 450 is right at the peak. 449 is before the peak, so it falls downwards towards 400. What about 1,050? This is 50. This is 5. So you'll increase this by 1. So it's 1,000 what? Very good, 1,100. What about this one? 751. What does that become? Very good. It's after 750. Whichever rule you apply, your own understanding or the rule, you should get to the right answer. So that becomes 800. What about this one? 171. That'll turn very good. It becomes 200. So 44,200. You get a very good idea now how to do this. 304, that's the number you're looking for. And so what will that become? 300, very good. So it's just 9,300. Rounding it off. 194 becomes, very good, 200. Excellent. So you've got something very expensive for $20,528, maybe a car, and you want to remember how much you spent. You don't have to give the exact figure. You can tell a friend, oh, I got it for 20,500, or I got this for 1,100. It's just easier to communicate roughly the ballpark figure for whatever amount you want to mention. You don't have to say 751. You can say, oh, it's around 800. There you go. So that's converting them into the closest hundreds, and the next time we'll do something else. But again, to do with rounding off. You have a pretty good grasp on this, but make sure you keep practicing until it comes very naturally to you. Remember, it's how you think about it in terms of approximating to hundreds and tens. You can round them off and get a better idea. Take care. Have a great day. See you next time. Bye-bye.